While OpenAI charges $10 per million tokens for GPT-5, a 2-year-old startup from Beijing just released a model that beats it for 30 cents, and they open-sourced everything. This is a story of how Kimi K2 thinking just changed the AI game forever. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. GPT-5 is incredible. It's the most advanced AI model most people have access to, but it costs a fortune. $10 per million output tokens. That's $1,000 for 100 million tokens. For startups, researchers and developers, this pricing is crushing. You either pay OpenAI prices or you settle for inferior models. Or so we thought. Until November 10th, 2025, when a startup nobody had heard of dropped a bomb on Silicon Valley. Moonshot AI, founded in Beijing in 2023, just 2 years old. While OpenAI has been around since 2015 and has raised billions, Moonshot barely existed when GPT-4 launched. But they had a different approach. Instead of building bigger and bigger models, they focused on efficiency. Sparse activation, test time scaling, agentic reasoning, and on November 10th, they released Kimi K2 Thinking, an open weights model that would make Silicon Valley question everything. Here is where it gets crazy. That's a benchmark called Humanity's Last Exam. It's designed to be so hard that it might be the last test humans can create that AIs can't ace. Complex reasoning, multi-step logic, the kind of problems that make your brain hard. GPT-5, with all its billions in development, scores around 42%. Claude Sonnet 4.5 gets 43%. Kimi K2 Thinking, well, 44.9%. It bet them both, but that's just the beginning. Let me show you the numbers that have Silicon Valley panicking. A benchmark for scientific reasoning, GPT-5 scores 84.5%, Kimi K2 scores 85.7%. Winner, Kimi, BrowseComp, testing agentic web browsing and search. This is where it gets wild. Kimi K2 scores 60.2%. That's not just good, that's a revolutionary for an open model. SWE-bench verified real-world coding problems, 71.3%. LiveCodeBench version 6, 83.1%. This model can code better than most human developers. But here is the feature that truly breaks boundaries. Kimi K2 can perform 200 to 300 sequential tool calls autonomously, without human intervention. Think about what that means. You could tell it to research a topic, write code, test it, debug it, deploy it, and monitor it. And it would just do it, all 300 steps, by itself. GPT-5 can do maybe 50 to 100 steps without needing guidance. This isn't just an improvement, it's a paradigm shift. Now for the number that changes everything. Cost. GPT-5 charges $1.25 for input, $10 for output per million tokens. Kimi K2, well, 30 cents input and $1.20 for output. That's 90% cheaper. But here's the kicker. Those are API prices. But this model has open weights. You can run it yourself for free, forever, on your own machine. So no API limits, no rate limiting, no terms of service changes, no privacy leaks, no sudden price hikes. It's yours, forever. Think about what this means. Airbnb already admitted they use Chinese open source models like Qwen instead of OpenAI. Now they have something even better. Every startup that couldn't afford GPT-5 can now run equivalent performance. Every researcher locked out by pricing can continue their work. Every student can access frontier API capabilities. But more importantly, it asks a question. If a 2-year-old startup can match GPT-5, what happens to OpenAI's business model? This isn't just about one model beating another, it's about the democratization of AI accelerating. Minimax released M2 just 2 weeks before Kimi. It was briefly the best open model. Then Kimi crushed it. So the cycle is now weeks, not years. Open source is catching proprietary AI so fast that by the time you pay for API access, there is probably a free alternative. The future isn't controlled by Silicon Valley giants. It's open, it's global, and it's moving faster than anyone predicted. Now let's be clear, GPT-5 still wins on some benchmarks. It's more polished, better on following complex instruction, less likely to hallucinate, but for 90% less cost. With open weights you can customize, running on your own infrastructure. The trade-offs are becoming very attractive. So what should you do? First, if you are paying for GPT-5, calculate how much you could save. 90% adds up fast. Second, try Kimi K2 yourself. It's on Hugging Face, free to download, MIT licensed. Third, think about what this means. We are entering an era where frontier AI is becoming a commodity. The competitive advantage isn't access to the best model, it's what you built with it. The revolution isn't coming, it's here. And it costs 30 cents. Thanks for watching, subscribe for more AI breakthroughs that actually matter. And remember, the future is open source.